but there will be. You may be wondering, what's a pilot? A pilot is a person who puts things in piles. Right now, you're looking at one. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and anyone who considers themselves a spatial organizer. By the time you hear this story, my story, you might be convinced that you're a piler too. And I got it bad. At home, every piece of furniture with a flat surface is covered with piles. Even the kitchen counters. And I would put piles on top of piles. But that's not the end of it. I'm also a procrastinator, but I'll tell you about that later. I know I'm a piler. Do you think you might be a piler? If your favorite snack is Pringles, you might be a piler.
That's cool.
If you're driving into the sun and you pull down your sun visor and end up with a lap full of papers, you might be a piler. If you have a cord of firewood in your garage and you don't have a fireplace, or if you have coupons for stores that are out of business, or if you have cookbooks and don't cook, you might be a piler. If you have closets full of clothes and no hangers, you might be a piler. And if you have 3 piles of clothes, dirty, not so dirty, and special occasions, you might be a piler. But if you're like me, and you're ashamed to have your friends and family come over to your house because of all the piles, you are a piler. We all have a little piler in us, and some of us have other compulsions, but I am a piler. And the clutter was so overwhelming, I had to change my behavior. Dr. Robert Maurer wrote a book, One Small Step Can Change Your Life. And in it he explains how to effectively change any behavior. You see, in most people, big change triggers a primal fear, and that fear disables the thinking part of the brain, so that the thought process that drives change never engages, and the change doesn't happen. But when we take small, comfortable steps, we reduce the fear and melt away the resistance to change. The thought process engages, and change begins. Dr. Maurer had a patient, Lisa. Lisa had health issues related to being out of shape and overweight. And she had tried big exercise programs and big diet programs and failed. Dr. Maurer gave Lisa one small step. Lisa, when you come home tonight, after a long day at work, I want you to get off the couch while you're watching TV, and for 1 minute, I want you to walk in place. For just 1 minute. Dr. Maurer, I can do that. And she did. And after a couple of weeks, she found she didn't immediately stop after 1 minute. And on her own, she chose to get up and walk in place during commercials. And before you know it, she was walking in place for more than 30 minutes a day. Okay, I have a confession to make. I didn't really read the book. A friend told me about it, and I did buy the book, and I took it home and put it on a pile of 13 other books that I plan to read later. You see, I'm also a piler and a procrastinator. But I discovered what Lisa did, that by taking small steps, you can change your behavior. I chose the small step of attacking 1 pile a week. And now I have fewer piles, and there are less of them. And I can even see the corner of my dining room table. So I stand here before you, a piler and a procrastinator, but someone who's proud to have taken his first step. You may be a piler like me. You may want to stop drinking, stop smoking, lose weight, whatever your compulsion or addiction is. When you leave here tonight, I want you to know that you are not alone. When you walk out that door, Let your first step be a small step. One other thing. This is my speech. In the past, I would take it home and put it on a pile. Madam Toastmaster.